Hello everyone, I am Alka1993 and welcome to today's Pokemon Vortex video. And also, Merry Christmas! Happy Holidays! It is Christmas Day right now, it is the 25th as I'm recording this. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you. Today in this Pokemon Vortex video, I am going to train multiple Pokemon for the Pokédex. I did this about a week ago, almost a week ago I think, where I just look at the Pokédex, just go in order of their Pokédex number because that's just easiest, and look at what Pokemon do I have that I don't have the evolutions of yet. For example, I have a shiny, dark, metallic, and shadow Venonat, but I don't have those as Venomoths. So I take one of each of these Venonats and evolve them. That way I'll have the Venomoths. Potentially I'll then have both of them. For example, I had multiple shadow Venonats, so then I'll still have both. But if I, let's say, only had one metallic Venonat, then at least I have the metallic Venomoth, and then when I encounter a metallic Venonat in the wild, it'll say, hey, you don't have it yet, and I'll be more inclined to go catch it, which is better for the Pokédex. Because remember, I do intend to get the entire Pokédex filled up. There's still a lot of things to go, but doing things like this is helpful for completing it. I get quite a few new Pokemon that way. Currently, I have 4,509 out of the 7,362 unique Pokemon. So that's well over half, which I'm really happy about. I wonder at the end of this video how many of these I will have added. I expect these like maybe 10 or something like that, because some of them ones, as I said, I'll be able to evolve, but then I gain the evolved Pokemon, but then I lose the original if it didn't have a duplicate. But then I'll catch it in the wild in the future. Alright, let's go. None of these Pokemon right now have an immunity, unfortunately. However, they are taken out pretty quickly, so then we just send out our Fearow. And Fearow gains some extra experience now as well because of the double EXP event. Remember, the Christmas event is still going on, will go on until the end of the 27th, so just over 2 full days remain. And one of the things that is currently active is double EXP. So if you'd normally gain 1,000 EXP from a battle, you get 2,000. If you'd normally get 50,000, you suddenly get 100,000 EXP from a battle, which makes immunity training very nice and very good. I've definitely done that as well, taking some of the level 6s and even higher levels than that, because the level 6s are the only ones that can instantly go to level 100 outside of this event. However, now it's all the way up to and including level 13. I actually did a check with that earlier today because I mentioned in the previous video, I think during the events announcement video, but I wasn't quite sure where the limit was of what Pokemon would go to 100 on their own and what Pokemon wouldn't. So I did a little check with, I think, 2 Starlies. I had a level 13 and a level 14 Starly. I just happened to have them. The level 13 Starly comes to 52,000 something EXP, and you need 50,000 for level 100. So level 13 gets to level 100 on its own. Level 14 just doesn't. It gets to like 49,800 something, which is really close to level 100. But it's not quite there. So if you really just want, if you want to reach level 100, and you think, 99, yeah, it's close, but I don't want that. You want to go instantly to level 100, and then you want level 13 or below Pokemon. So anything with an immunity that you have that's level 13 or below gets to level 100 instantly. Naturally, the lower the level, so a level 6 Starly, will gain more EXP than level 13 Starly. So that's more EXP, more points for you, maybe, if you care about the global or your local rankings, something like that. So in that sense, you still want your lowest level immunity Pokemon. But I happen to have quite a lot of immunity Pokemon that aren't a super low level. But I can make use of those now as well. So I've still mostly been using the level 6s. Sure, I then lose the level 6s for use in a later season, in the seasonal rankings, but I will have plenty of time to catch more of them because I don't intend to go for seasonals much at all. I've only seriously done it twice. Although I am close to top 100 right now, so depending on how much I play, I might actually be able to get my hands on another Galarian bird. So that'd be cool if I can slip into that top 100. But I'm not spending that much time on it like I did last month. So I still recommend, at least if you're not going for seasonals this month, still catch every level 6 immunity Pokemon that you find, whether it's a Rhyhorn, a Houndour, or a Starly. But also pay attention to a few of them, like Nosepass. If you happen to be in a magnetic field area in side quests, catch level 6 Nosepass as well, because they can immediately evolve into Probopass. I think you have a level 6 Steel type, which means immunity. If you're in an ice area where you can catch Snorunt, watch out for their gender as well. Like, pay attention to that, because if it's a level 6 female Snorunt, female Snowrunts can evolve into Frostlass by use of a Dawnstone. Evolve that, and you have a level 6 Frostlass, which is Ice and Ghost type. Ghost type has immunity, and you can use it against a training account. So that way, there's a few trade evolutions usually, or stone evolutions, that gain an immunity after their evolution. So that is another way you can use those immunity Pokemon. Now, yesterday, I did two pretty exciting things, I would say. Yesterday afternoon and evening, I did a bit afternoon, bit of evening, just with my dinner in between as a break. I started the Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke. As you likely know on my channel, I intend to do, and I am already doing, full walkthroughs of all main series Pokemon games. I started with Pokemon Blue, and I recently, and that's now finished. These are the main episodes. Bonus episodes are currently going on, and I've recently started with Pokemon Gold. Now, yesterday, Pokemon Gold's first episode premiered, and I have multiple more episodes coming. So, like later today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, I will have the second episode going up on YouTube. I'm really looking forward to that. Hope you'll enjoy that series. But I also did, and that was on the my live stream on Twitch, is starting the Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke. Now, these Nuzlocks will always be bonus episodes. I intend to do one of every game that I've done a walkthrough of, but only after I've finished that game's walkthrough. So far, I've only finished Pokemon Blue. Therefore, my Nuzlocke will be me doing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Blue. It'll not be randomized. It'll just be standard game with standard Nuzlocke rules. Although I do have some extra additions, such as no healing items in battle, like hyper potions and full heals. And I'm also not allowed to switch between battles, because sometimes the opponent will have multiple Pokemon, and then it'll be like, oh, your opponent's going to send out a Pidgeotto next. Would you like to switch? For example, let's say they have a Wartortle first, and then they switch to, let's say Wartortle first, and then they have a Rhyhorn. But for Wartortle, you have your Pikachu, and against a Rhyhorn, you don't want to use your Pikachu because it's bad against it. Normally, you'd be like, oh, they're going to send out a Rhyhorn, let me switch into my Ivysaur or my Oddish. I can't do that, because they just immediately send out their Pokemon. If I then want to switch to the Oddish that I just mentioned, I need to use my turn, and they get a free attack, the opponent. Which adds an extra challenge. That is something I am using, and I'm excited about it. Dang, just missed one level. It's been fun. We just did that first stream. That stream, those streams will not fully go on YouTube. You're used to from the walkthroughs that I just stream the entire walkthrough on Twitch. That always happens on Twitch. So if you want to see it live, watch it there. My Twitch link is in the description of this video. And then I edit that into parts and put them on YouTube. So most of what you see in the live streams will also be on YouTube, but some things will be sped up, and a few things will be cut out as well. For the Nuzlocke, if you want to see get the full experience, you do need to watch it on Twitch, because I'm not going to upload the entire thing onto YouTube. My current intention is I find highlights, like especially the gym battles, the potential deaths of any Pokemon, some other highlights throughout all of the streams combined once it's done, edit them together into one video, which might be like half an hour long, something like that. I have no idea how long it'll be. And then do sort of a post commentary on it to do a bit of storytelling, because to just say like, oh, this is the Brock fight, and then this has happened shortly after Brock. Oh, and then Lieutenant Church was difficult. Then I beat Erica. Oh, and then Rattata died. just like that, I don't really want to do it. I want to add a bit more of a story on it. Maybe you know the YouTuber Jaden Animations. She does great animation, but she does amazing storytelling as well. And she's done two Nuzlocks that she also made animation videos for, Ruby and Platinum. Platinum was like last week or something. And they're both really popular videos, and I can see why. Animations are great, but the storytelling is really good, and I want to try something like that. So if you want to get an idea of what I want to do with my Nuzlocke highlight videos, which will count as a single bonus episode for that walkthrough, so it'll be a bonus episode 3, bonus episode 5, whatever for Blue. So to get an idea, you can watch Jane Animations videos. Naturally, I won't have the animation, so I'll just have some of the highlight clips and then something else in between that I haven't really figured out yet. But that's currently my idea. Let's see, Psyduck to Golduck. I want a Shadow Psyduck. Let's get that one first. No, not shiny. Shadow Psyduck. It was Shadow, right? It was completely on the right. Yeah, yes, that's Shadow Psyduck. Correct. And then on page 3, let's see what we have. A bunch of Poliwags. Okay, but not all of them need to go all the way. Interesting. So Shiny and Shadow. I need both of Shiny and Shadow, so both S's. Let's see, do I have multiple of either of them? Shiny, Shadow. I have two Shadows. I actually have more Shadows. Yes, okay, so one of them will become Poliwhirl, one of them become Poliwrath. And I only have one Shiny, so that'll just become Poliwrath then. And then which other ones did I need? Let's see, page 3. Poly. Let's do Dark. Just a Poliwhirl. Still need to get Poliwag. Level 10 is the highest I have. And that is the first one I'm going to train. Just because that's the only one that doesn't go to its full evolution. Because normally I don't have to think about it too much. As soon as I put it in the party, I know I just have to evolve it to its final evolution. Unless I have multiple of them, like Poliwag. Where I do one to Poliwhirl, one to Poliwrath. Actually, there's Politoad as well. But that's not in Kanto. Politoad. Actually need them for all of them. I'll focus on that for now, and once I just get to Politoad, because some of the later introduced evolutions, just to keep it in order, I think I'll just add on to the Politoad then. So for now, it's just focusing on the Gen 1 evolutions. I think that's what I'll do. I often train with immunity Pokemon because that's just the easiest, that's what I catch the most of. But it's when you do training things like this when you realize, whoa, there's a lot of Pokemon that don't have immunities, which makes sense considering there's only 5 types have immunities. 6? 5 or 6? Normal, Ghost, Steel, Ground, Flying, and Fairy. 6. 6 types that have immunities. But also with this, I just had some Psyducks, well, mostly Venonats. If one Venonat doesn't have immunity, the rest doesn't. I've had multiple Psyducks now. Now multiple Poliwag. Well, if one Poliwag doesn't have immunity, the rest doesn't either. So there gives more of a field of not having immunities, but mostly it's the same species of Pokemon. So that's not really a fair comparison, I suppose. This only needs to become a Dark Poliwhirl. And as I said, I'll focus on the Politoad later. I know that this could become a Politoad too. But I'll just do that when I get to Gen 2. And that's because that's when the evolutions were introduced. I think it's Gen 2... Did 3 have many new evolutions? Trying to think of any. 4 definitely did. 4 had quite a few new ones. So those won't be in the Same Pokédex. Same with some of the Galarian things that have. Well, sometimes it's just a Galarian form of the evolution, like Coughing becomes Wheezing Galarian. Well, that's just easy to find. But Galarian Linoon becomes Obstagoon. Obstagoon is in the Gen 8 decks, even though Galarian Linoon and Galarian Zigzagoon are in the Gen 3 decks. Earlier on, I was looking at Galarian Meowth. And just, well, yeah, standard Meowth is obviously with standard Persian. Alolan Meowth, Alolan Persian. Galarian Meowth, Berserker. Berserker's in Gen 8. All the other ones are together in Gen 1. So that's something I do need to remember. But if I forget it, it's not too bad because I'll just come across that Pokemon when I'm later on in the generations in the Pokédex. And then I remember, oh yeah, those have that evolution. I can work on Politoed now. And then if I then evolve a bunch of Poliwhirls, and once I have all the Politoads, I can then check, okay, which Poliwhirls do I not have anymore at this point, and then evolve some more Poliwags. That's the way I can do it. What have you all been doing for Christmas? How do you celebrate Christmas? Me personally, Christmas isn't a huge thing. I know, especially in the United States, it's a lot bigger than it is here, where I live in the Netherlands, or at least for my family. Christmas is a special time of the year, but my family, use it mostly to have an excuse to decorate the house. And my mom, in the past year, has like when we were cutting plants in the garden, she saved up a lot of the branches and leaves that, with the intention we can use these as decorations, especially for Christmas. And she hung them around most of the house, which it looks really nice. And then we have a special Christmas brunch on the 25th, so we had that earlier today. My brother's girlfriend came over, so we were here with the five of us. So we had a good time. Also earlier we had a Zoom call with the family because we don't really see my uncle or my aunts or anyone like that much at all. Not on birthdays either because of the COVID restrictions. And like my birthday's coming up in 6 days because my birthday is on the 31st of December, the final day of the year. But I'm unable to really celebrate it the standard way because not only are we allowed to have maximum 2 guests in the house or even on our property, due to the restrictions, I also just don't intend to invite anyone because of the restrictions, and I take them very seriously, and I just want to be safe. So just had a Zoom call just to chat, update each other on our lives, laugh together a little bit, which is fun. And then on my birthday, so in 6 days, I invited everyone in the family to go on Discord. I just explained to them how to do that, and then we're gonna play Jackbox and use your words for part of the day, and the rest of the day we can use that same Discord group chat that we made, just to chat with each other. We can just type in the chat. We can just call. We can video call if we would like. There are many different options. But those are the things that I will be doing for my birthday. What others have planned in terms of presents or whatever, I have no idea. I'm not going to ask them. I don't even know what I'd really want for my birthday. I haven't really thought about it because it's not going to be a standard birthday. I've had a birthday with very few guests before. That was kind of sad. Just a lot of people just couldn't make it that year or something like that. I don't quite remember the details. But yeah, that's just what happens sometimes. This year there will be no guests, but that's because COVID, and many people will have have had birthdays around this time or throughout the year without guests because of the restrictions. And people that, like, some people haven't. Some people did their very best to try within the restrictions to find a way to still see their family. So as long as it's done very safely, like, I'm okay with that. But I've also seen many people just completely ignore or at least not take the restrictions seriously. Like, they're there for a reason. So please social distance. Please work from home as much as possible. I don't say it a lot on YouTube because I don't feel like that's really the message I want to express. I want to express joy in playing Pokemon, in vlogs, in other things that I do. But sometimes talking about things like this is important, and I take the restrictions very seriously. So that is why it's been clear for me for a long time that I wouldn't be inviting anyone for my birthday. So no chatting here, no eating a bunch of things with family. My mom will still just be making the Dutch classic oliebollen, and we'll still be eating that on my birthday and the days after that, but not with family. They have to make their own if they want them. Yeah, as I did say, I do intend to play Jackbox and use your words with the family. I don't intend to record any of it, especially if people have their camera on, because chances are they don't want to be in videos. Maybe one or two are fine with it. The rest probably isn't. It's just supposed to be us for the family. And even if they don't really mind being on the internet, that sort of defeats a little bit of the purpose. Like it shifts the purpose of the thing from just having fun with the family and making YouTube content, and it should just be fun with the family. So that's what I intend to keep it as the focus. What I do think I want to do is make a vlog showing a bit throughout the day, and then on the 1st of January I'll upload that. I think that'd be interesting. I think that could be fun to watch. I haven't vlogged much at all. I think last year's birthday vlog I never actually uploaded, so I should actually look that up and maybe upload that. Let's see how that goes. All right, back to the Vortex because I just continued playing, but I've sort of talked over it, which I'm normally good at, so it's not that bad. We still need. Well, we don't have any of the mystics, so we need a metallic that evolves once. Wait, what about the shiny then? Huh? I'm confused. I need to check something up for the shiny. No, the shiny just went twice, and we don't have any other ones for the Poliwhirl. Yeah, okay. So a metallic that evolves once. I'm just gonna do that one instantly because otherwise I might forget once I get other Pokemon that it only should be evolving once. Firo, let's go. I have been talking over it a bit, so that keeps my focus a little bit off of the training. So sometimes I'm a little slower than I otherwise could have been. And so far, these Pokemon that I have trained and evolved don't evolve. Don't evolve via. Well, they don't have immunity, so that is a bit slower in their training. So then, well, I could have evolved more things if they did have immunity. I could have gone through more of the Pokédex. I might not have gone through as much as you would have expected in the past. What is it, 20 minutes or so that it's been since I started? But this, and just some side quest battling. Some I've been hunting on the maps as well, trying to find some Christmas Caterpies. I have a few now. I don't have that many. I don't. I do really want them because Caterpie, Christmas, and their evolutions are part of the Pokedex now, so I do want to complete it. But I don't want to spend just so much time in the ice maps with the chance to find them, because then they'll get boring or it'll get annoying for me, and I don't intend to. I want to keep my sanity. I've learned, was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was well before V5 came out. There was a time where I just didn't play much at all, even though before that I'd played daily. That's also when like the Vortex videos slowed down a bit. Vortex felt very forced. I was just doing it because people on YouTube wanted it, and I wasn't doing it for myself. And then it felt forced, then it felt boring, so I just took a break from Vortex for a while, and then came back when I felt like it. And right now, I'm just really excited about Vortex. I want to spend a lot of time on it. I want to play it. So that's also why I'm making a lot of content with it. Because I do realize that a lot of you are here for the Vortex content and potentially also watch other things like my walkthroughs. I'd love to see some of you there. And I know I've seen some of you in the live streams and the YouTube premieres as well for Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Gold. As I said, recently started. Yesterday was episode 1, so you can check that out. It's already on my YouTube, and then later tonight, or probably very likely tomorrow, we will have episode 2 of Pokemon Gold coming up. And then later on, we'll have episode 3, 4, 5, etc. But if you want to see them live, use the link in the description of this video, go to my Twitch, and then you can watch the streams there. I don't have an exact stream schedule, but I do announce, if you follow me on Twitter, you can know when I'm going live, or if you put the notifications on Discord if you follow there. but especially if you join my Discord, link to that is in the description as well. Then I generally say ahead of time. Normally I stream late afternoon and then the entire evening for me if I do stream. But generally I announce earlier on in that day, or maybe the day before even, that I stream, but I only generally say that in my Discord. Right, let's see here. We want a dark Machop and a shadow Machop. Dark Machop and shadow Machop. Dark and shadow, dark and shadow, dark and shadow. This entire level. Dark and shadow Machop. And they are not going to Machamp, so I'll just do them instantly again to make sure I remember that fact. They immediately get taken up with the Chestnut. But that's what I have Shiny Furo for. The only Pokemon I own that has a higher EXP amount, higher total EXP than my Xurkitree. And now that I'm doing a lot of trading like this, which uses the Shiny Furo, so that I basically am still immunity trading, I just put the Machop at the front, so that the Machop gains some EXP, but obviously Shiny Furo gains some EXP in the meantime. So now it's over 6 million, and I think my next highest is just over 5 million with Xurkitree, and then a Tree Turtle Eruption here. This was something someone traded to me at some point. And then these 6 are the ones I use in my main battling team. It can be more optimal, like Christmas Buddy, especially because it's not a special variety. But this is the first ever UB that I caught, first ever Ultra Beast caught on Vortex, period. So this one's really special to me, and one of my goals is just to keep that one as the top Xurkitree. So I'll be specifically trading Christmas Buddy as well. Actually, I might end the video off with a bit of training for Xurkitree. I think that'd be nice. Just get this Machop up. Should just be able to do that with one fight. I think with the WXP we can just make that. Well, no, actually we might not. We need level 25. In that case, we'll just fight this trainer one more time. Yeah, 23. Just a bit more. There we go. Modify the team. Evolve that to a Shadow Machoke. And if you then look at page 3, where Machop and Machoke and stuff are, I suddenly have it all complete except for the Shadow Machop. But now if I'm on the maps and I find a Shadow Machop, it won't show the Pokeball, and I'll know to go catch it. And let's check the profile. Did gain 8 unique Pokemon, which is nice. Some of them I didn't. Obviously with the Shadow Machop became Shadow Machoke. I gained the Shadow Machoke, but I lost the Shadow Machop. I'll catch it later. So what I'm going to do now, one final thing for this video. Bring in Xurkitree, Christmas Buddy. I didn't want to call it Christmas Tree, but Christmas Buddy I think sounds nice. Type Electric. Battle against it. Unfortunately, actually I want to check the attacks that these have. Air Cutter Gust, Hidden Power Electric, Water Gun. I think they all have that. Yeah. So 2 flying moves, which are obviously resisted. Hidden Power Electric, which isn't even Stab, is also resisted. But there's also Water Gun, which is Stab and isn't resisted. So if they all use Water Gun, or just at least the stronger moves, especially with Water Gun, deals 100 damage. So if 4 out of the first 5 use Water Gun, I faint, and I need to use a second Pokemon to finish them off. Like if they use Water Gun here, I faint, and I still have to finish off a different Pokemon. So that is the unfortunate part about this training account. It's not perfect. So if you know of a training account for Electric that is better than this, that has a higher chance of you actually surviving, please let me know what it is. It's obviously Xurkitree doesn't have an immunity, so it's never going to be as optimal as an immunity training account is. But the idea is to use as weak as possible moves that are also resisted. Like Electric super effectively hits flying and water, while flying doesn't deal much damage against Electric. So with moves like that are resisted, that are as weak as possible, so the Pokemon that is being trained has the lowest chance possible of being KO'd. It doesn't matter if it's KO'd on the final Pokemon, because then it still counts as a win. So if this Swanna right here would use Water Gun and take me out, which it didn't, but then it would still count for the victory. I'd still get my 6,000 EXP. The money could still be different because that's a little random sometimes. It can be 1,500, it can be 4,500, or something in between. There's a few values that I've seen come up, but there must be some kind of randomizer multiplier or something like that that applies. I'm not quite sure how that one works. But yeah, that is it for the video for today. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you'll have a great end of the year. Look forward to either later tonight or tomorrow the next episode of Pokemon Gold. I will definitely be streaming at least 2 more times before the end of the year, and then obviously more after it as well. If you want to play Among Us with me, join my Discord, because I've been trying to get a game day together with some people in my Discord. I feel like we have a good amount of people. Quite a few are interested in Among Us, and quite a few people have asked for, hey, when will you make an Among Us video, or just recommended, hey, you should make an Among Us video because they're really popular. I could do that. I've played Among Us a decent amount of times, but just not with my viewers yet. So I think that would be cool if you want to play Among Us, especially if you have a working microphone that sounds good. That'd be really cool, so we can play Among Us as a community and maybe play it regularly if it turns out really well. And then I can make a video out of it and see how that video does, and if I may want to make more of that. So if you're looking forward to that, if you want to play Among Us or any other game like Jackbox, Use Your Words, I'm actually going to do that later today. Play some Jackbox and use your words with some of the members of the community in my Discord. If you're interested in anything like that or playing any other games with us, with me, join the Discord. And follow me on Twitch because the streams are happening there, and I'm really excited to show you a lot more things with the Nuzlocke and future episodes, future streams for the Gold walkthrough, and every other main series game that's after that. Gold is just the second one. This total thing is going to take a few years to complete, to get through all the main series Pokemon games. And I'm just so excited and really happy about how they've turned out so far, and they're just going to improve from here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you always remember that you are worth it. Goodbye.